The two teams who squared off in the national championship, Alabama and Ohio State, both held pro days today to give NFL GMs, coaches, and scouts a chance to see some of the top prospects in this year's class. Now, the Ravens have a long history of selecting guys from Alabama, as you know, and last year they took a pair of Buckeyes, J.K. Dobbins and Malik Harrison. So could any of the players who worked out today in front of these NFL decision makers end up here in Baltimore? Well, I certainly think that's a possibility. Let's start with the reigning national champs, Alabama. I think there's plenty of Ravens fans who are salivating at the idea of getting one of their top two receivers. That would be the Heisman Trophy winner, Devonta Smith, or Jalen Waddle. Both of these guys are dynamic players. Here's the issue, though. I think both of them are probably going to be gone, maybe in the top 10, definitely in the top 20. So the only way for the Ravens to get one of these two guys would be to go way up and make a trade to get them in this year's draft. Now, I know the Ravens had that potential Orlando Brown Jr. trade sitting out there, but it would still take a lot to move up from 27 to get one of those guys. I think a more likely place to look is along the offensive line. You got Landon Dickerson, who's a center. Mel Kiper loves him, says he plays like a Raven. You also have Alex Leatherwood, who's been a really talented tackle who maybe could slide inside to play guard or maybe could play right tackle if the Ravens were to trade Orlando Brown. Now, in terms of Ohio State, I also think it makes sense to start the conversation on the offensive line. They've got Wyatt Davis, who's been an All-American. It looks like he could be a stud guard at the NFL. Now, the trouble here is that he's been a right guard throughout his career. The Ravens obviously just added Kevin Zeitler, so I would only think they would add Davis in the draft if they think he can maybe make the move and play on the left side at the NFL level. Another guy, though, is Josh Myers, who's probably a day 2 pick as a center. Maybe he could play guard. He's a Remington finalist, really highly regarded center, big body guy who could be a potential plug-and-play option for the Ravens in the middle of their offensive line. And then the last guy I'll point to is tight end Luke Farrell from Ohio State. Now, he's not somebody who had a ton of pass production, but he was sure-handed when the ball came his way. He's also big, 6'6", nearly 260 pounds, so he fits what the Ravens want to do overall in terms of being a sure-handed guy as a pass catcher, but he can also line up on the line and clear some holes in the run game. So those are some options as the pro days are happening around the country and specifically in Tuscaloosa and Columbus today. Now, for all the news and analysis leading up to the draft, make sure you download the latest version of our mobile app. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.